Hey, shalom to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone who teach the truth and rule well. This is the brother Yatabia Wa'ala coming back from the GMS SF Bay Area camp. We got a quick lesson today, all right? Just a quick update, what we've been going into, all right? Time and time again, you see things heating up, all right? And ultimately, okay, we know what the scriptures say, all right? A prophecy is speaking, and one of the main prophecies to come to pass is that World War III, all right? Now, over these past couple of days, specifically yesterday, Israel and America had a joint operation, and, they started bombing Iran. Now, with that, Iran's supreme leader was killed, okay? I'll just read this from the Washington Post real quick. It says, Iran's supreme leader killed in U.S.-Israeli attack. Tehran strikes Israel, Arab states, and Iran struck back in Israel. They struck back in a couple bases all over, okay? But ultimately, this is a big deal because this is their supreme leader. All right, now Iran is vowed revenge. And, we just know where this is leading, all right? Let me see. I'll just read a little bit. It says, Israeli Defense Forces said in a statement that they eliminated 7 Iranian senior officials, including the Secretary of the Iranian Security Council, the commander of Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps, and the defense minister of Iran. A senior Trump administration official said the U.S. saw indicators that Iran was planning to strike U.S. targets overseas preemptively, and that this intelligence influenced Trump's decision to order strikes. Internet access in Iran has been restricted, and the IRGC has sent radio transmissions saying no ship is allowed to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. All right, and if they keep this thing locked down, all right, hey, this is going to lead to a lot of prices going up, especially in oil. It says Iran's state broadcaster reported the death toll from the strikes has reached 201 dead, 747 injured, citing figures from the Iranian Red Crescent Society. 7 Arab countries and Israel have reported missile attacks. The United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and Kuwait confirmed missiles hit their territory. Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Jordan, and Qatar said they intercepted missiles. The Washington Post verified at least one attack on U.S. Navy headquarters in Bahrain. Israel's emergency service confirmed 1 death and at least 100 injuries. All right, so you see, it's popping off, and it's not just Iran. It's a couple different so-called Arab countries. All right. Now, let me grab this. In Isaiah 55:11, it says, So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it. And hey, the Lord's word doesn't go out void. All right. When he says certain things are going to come to pass, they're going to come to pass. And this is what we're seeing. All right. Hey, you go into Matthew, the 24th chapter. What does it say? Wars and rumors of wars. Actually, let me grab that real quick. All right. Hey, because this is the time we're in. We're in the time of prophecy. Okay. Yeah. Straight to the point. It says Matthew 24:6. Now, this is when the disciples were asking about the end and when Yahushua was going to make his return. Okay. And Yahushua breaks it down. Certain prophecies have to come to pass. Verse 6, it says, And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right, so this shows you where we're at. Wars and rumors of war. Okay, now, ultimately, what is going to happen? What is that ultimate war that we're looking for? Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe was past, going into World War II. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So there's a third world's war that's on the brink. All right. And again, there's things like this that show you that any second, any minute, this thing can pop off. Now, we know that the MOTB has to be implemented first before World War III is fully, in the full scale of things. Hey, but you can see the little skirmishes and everything setting it up to where, hey, that's coming. And it's coming fast. All right. Now, This was an Israeli and American joint operation. Okay. And we always go into this. Hey, there's no surprise, all right, why these two are heavily linked up. Okay. Jeremiah 50:45, it says, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he had taken against Babylon. And who's this modern day Babylon? America. And his purposes that he hath purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. And who is this going to? Who's the least of the flock? Them Israelis. All right, those small hats. And you could, again, you see how heavily linked up they are when they do these joint operations. All right. And all these politicians, specifically Trump, has said they fully back Israel. All right. Now, Israel, they keep they keep doing what they're doing in the Middle East. All right. They keep poking at all these different nations, all these Arab nations. All right. All these Persian nations. And what's ultimately going to happen? Well, we read it in Revelation 11 chapter, World War III. It's going to get to that point where World War III fully pops off. And who's going to bring America in? Israel. All right. Now let me go from there. Let me, Joel 3. Salak, bear with me. Come on, man. Joel 3, there we go, verse 10. And it says, well, I'll start at verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. All right. And all these nations are getting ready. They know what time it is. Okay. They know what time it is. They know what America's about. And ultimately, this is all to fulfill the Lord's word. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And a lot of these countries are converting their resources, converting their money. Okay. Their time, so to speak, into what? Building up their militaries, building up their missiles, building up their missile defense systems. Okay. It says, let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And there's no coincidence why, it's hot over there in the Middle East, because that's that valley of Yahweh Shaphat. All right. In that Middle Eastern region. It says, let all the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. So all these armies are going to be gathered over there. All right. So you have Israel and America, then Iran. And who backs Iran? Russia. All right. China's going to get involved. All these different nations are going to get involved. That's why it's going to be called World War III. It says, put you in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. Okay. And again, this is near. This is what's coming. All right. You have literally, all right, their supreme, what do they call it? Their supreme leader killed. All right. This isn't just a small thing. This is big. Now we're going to see how it goes from here. Hey, but Iran has already vowed a response. Okay. And it's just going to heat up. Hey, we're in that year, that time of prophecy. All right. Let me just jump real quick. Habakkuk 2. And I'll start from the top. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. And this is what we're seeing. The visions are going into the prophecies. All right. And we're breaking it down, making it plain. So ultimately the elect can understand what's going on. Okay. So when we see things like this, what does it tell us? World War III is close. And if World War III is close, hey, the MOTB is close. And if the MOTB is close, what does that mean? Yahweh Shai is close. Salvation is close. The kingdom is near. Okay. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And this is the times we're in. All right. It's not tarrying. Things are heating up faster and faster. All right. These past couple of years, just a lot has been going on. All right. But what is it all? It's all prophecy. It's showing us that the Lord is working and our salvation is nigh. Okay. Which, let me end off on that. All right. It says Luke 21 and verse 28. And it says, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. And again, hey, this is how close things are. All right. When we see these things coming to pass, when we see these prophecies coming to pass, hey, our redemption draweth nigh. We're almost out of here. Okay. Lord's will, we be of that number. Lord's will, we be of the elect. So Lord's will, this was edifying. Once again, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachak. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, and a ball.